They told you be realistic. And yeah, you could 110% be realistic. But if you're going to be realistic, you're probably going to be stuck back in a 9 to 5 job. You're not going to be able to travel the world. You're not going to be able to reach the life of your dreams. And you're probably not going to be content. You're probably not going to enjoy life. You're just going to be doing the same exact thing as everybody else. And people say that because they're taking the safe way. But is it really safe when in 5 years, 10 years, you're going to get replaced by AI? Or let's say you're going the college route. People who graduate college now are struggling to find a job and they're working at like KFC or Chick-fil-A nowadays. Do you really want that for yourself? So it's actually safer to grind it out and be unrealistic and actually find a way to make it work. Because back in October, I went completely broke for probably the third time, had absolutely nothing in my bank account, completely negative, and I was like, absolutely no way. I am not going back to a 9 to 5. I'm not going to go work at some car dealership or do corporate sales. No, I'm going to figure this out. So I went into mass research mode just to figure out what makes sense because I couldn't invest into a business, but I had to figure it out, right? And I had to make it happen quick. I couldn't do just social media because that takes too long. So I went into it, I found high ticket sales, and I took action right away. I went to find a role, found my first role in 2 days, and ended up making 4 or 5K a month just for in the first 2-3 months of doing it. And in just under 2 months, on December 1st, I was able to go and move to Bangkok, Thailand, and was doing sales there, living a 10 times better life than back at home in the US. Then spent about a month in Da Nang, Vietnam. Now I'm here in Hong Kong, and in just about like 3-4 days, going back to Vietnam in Ho Chi Minh City, and then maybe moving back to China. But just because I took that risk, that quote unquote risk, I wasn't being realistic, and I knew I was gonna do whatever it takes to make my dream lives happen. I was able to do all this. I was able to move across the world and live the life that I wanted. Now, of course, I'm still not content with where I want to be. I'm pushing to become better every single day because there's always more levels to this shit. And I don't like to be stuck here in comfort. But you just have to start by taking action and not listening to other people that are telling you not to be realistic. Especially, why are you taking advice from somebody who is in a position that you didn't want to be? If your parents tell you to go to college, get a 9 to 5, and work for 40 years like they did, think to yourself, do you want to be like your parents? Do you want to live the same life as them? If the answer is no, then don't listen to them. It's simple. Don't take advice from people that aren't either going the route that you want to go or not living the life that you want to go. You need to take advice from people who are already going that path or are already in the same position that you dream of or want to be. That is the people that you need to be taking advice from. Everyone sat there and laughed at me because I wanted different. Even in insurance, when I was making 10, 15K a month before I went broke, I wanted more. I was trying to find a way out, which is part of the reason why I went broke, because I was trying to look into other ways. And yeah, me dividing my time didn't help, and it helped me go a little bit more broke. But even in insurance, they were laughing at me. They were telling me, why do you want more? This is great. Why don't you just scale with this? Even though there's so many restrictions, so many things I didn't like about it. A corrupt industry. And I decided, no, I'm not gonna stay comfortable here. Even if I can make a little bit more money here, I am gonna do what I fucking want to do, and I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get results. And if you don't really have a lot of money, but you want to start something and you just want to at least make your first 5K a month online, 10K a month online, and then change your life, move across the world, then just get into high ticket sales. Start as an appointment setter, and then you can work your way up to a closer. You can become a coach. You can become a setter manager, a growth operator. You're also learning how to actually run a business because you're on the back end. So it's actually better to be in the high ticket sales space because you're going to learn about business before actually doing it, and you're running a super, super important role. And as an appointment setter, all you're gonna do most of the time is you're gonna be the guy in their DMs, in like the big core seller DMs, mentorship seller DMs, and you're just gonna be qualifying leads, sending outreaches of people that hit you up as well, and you're just going to be setting appointments. Once those appointments close, you get a commission. It's very straightforward. You just need framework. The hardest part about it is just finding a role for most people. Some people take 2-3 months, which is absolutely insane. If you're going to find a role, that's going to be rough for you. You need to learn how to consistently find a role fast if you do want to do high ticket sales, if you want to do appointment setting. Now, if you really, really want to learn like appointment setting, I have a school community that I recently launched teaching you exactly everything you need to actually find a role, teaching you actually how to set, how to actually like do the setting that you need to do on the offer, and then of course, how to actually nail the interview to make sure that you actually get the role after you find the people, after you apply. And then we're gonna have group calls coming soon, and that's where you're gonna have more of a tailorized personal experience to everything. So for your specific offer you find, you can figure out like, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? And then of course, if you feel like you need more help, my DMs on Instagram are open. I'll leave everything in the link right here below on the YouTube video. But you just, even if you don't want to do high ticket sales, you don't have to. You could start e-commerce, you could start crypto trading. You just need to take action. You need to do it and stop trying to think realistic. Stop trying to think quote unquote smart or safe, because that's not going to get you to where you want to be.